Mic check, 5, 6. Podium mic check, 6, 7. Podium mic check, 1, 2.
Especially if you're planning on driving into downtown, it's just not going to happen, folks. Thousands and thousands of people are headed into the downtown area still, and we're still getting word of folks waiting on Metro trains. They're trying so hard to catch up, but along the Union Pacific West Line, Northwest Line, Milwaukee District North Line, Rock Island, and Burlington, trains are still picking up folks and trying to head into downtown. And then we're going to shift our attention to folks trying to head back out of downtown. And those trains will be on a load-and-go basis. In other words, when you get to the station and those trains fill up, they'll move them on out and fill up the next one. In the meantime, everything downtown is turning into a sea of red. The expressway system, though, lighter than usual. Go figure. I'm Leslie Keitling, WGN Traffic Central.
The WGN 5-day forecast, meteorologist Joel Bonnet.
Warm and humid air is back now through early Sunday. Then it cools off a little later Sunday and early next week. Today's muggy 87 with partial sunshine and a chance of thunderstorms.
We'll have Joe Quinville will be on that bus. Paul Goodman, Troy Parchment. Those will be some of the people on that bus. And as it goes back, you just look at the names at the front of the bus, and then you can look at the top and pick out your players.
I'll tell you what, buddy, we're downtown, and I'll just tell you right now, because you're where the players in the Cup are, when you come down into Chicago, you are not going to believe the mob scene you are about to drive into.
I can't wait, John. It's a fantastic feeling being here. I can just imagine how it is for you, rubbing elbows with everybody in the universe.
Okay, call us again, Greg.
You got it.
That's our Greg Jarrett on WGN. One of our listeners, Rob, are you still there? You're on WGN Radio. Hi.
Yeah, can you believe it? We won the Cup.
Where are you now? Now, you are at home or at work, is that right?
I'm at work down this Grove, but I got 2 kids downtown this morning.
Where are they? What are their names?
I got Mike. He's down. He's right next to the podium, wherever that's at.
Because we just got hit with a big one.
And it's funny because I just said, well, will you see Greg Jarrett's vehicle? But they're both in vehicles. They're in 2 of the vehicles in the parade route. Rob on Skype is up in one, and then our Greg Jarrett is in the other. Now, this is your turn, Greg. Where are you now?
Okay, we are by the Cook County office building right now, and we have come to a stop for a moment. The crowd is chanting, "Let's go Hawks! Let's go Hawks!" at the top of their lungs. The confetti continues to rain down. The appreciation is on everyone's face as they look at us. Now, if you want to know which players are where, simply look at the double-decker bus on the front side panels, and the major cups are strung out in this parade of about 30 buses. Here they go. Listen to this. They're chanting once again.
Our Greg Jarrett is live in one of the vehicles. Our Rob Hart is too. And they're all on their way to our Dave Ennett, who is on the stage itself. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to get...
End of the parade route, folks are breaking through the barricades and are now running down the street following the buses. So this is both exciting and possibly terrifying all at the same time, as people are now filling in behind the parade.
Rob Hart is in the parade. Rob, where are you?
We're just about to make the turn from Washington to Michigan, and what Leslie said is absolutely correct. You do have people who are starting to break through the barricades and fill in on Washington behind the buses. Now, the police are still standing their ground. We just passed a contingent of mounted police. Then we also have Chicago police on motorcycles and ATVs. Doesn't look like they are responding to them, but just trying to keep that crowd in check. It's not like they're waiting in there and we're in the northbound lane of Michigan Avenue. The southbound lane entirely closed off, and just wall-to-wall people from Washington all the way north to the Chicago. And I'm looking at Washington now. Washington is also covered in people. The entire street behind the parade, everyone has now gone through the barricades, off the sidewalks, and into the streets behind the buses.
That's our Rob Hart, which is starting to sound just a little scary. We'll keep you posted on what's happening there. Our George Offman is on the street. George, you're on WGN. Hello.
Hi, John. Well, I'm about a block away, and it's noisy, and the ticker tape is coming down, and the crowd is cheering. It is so loud out here, and the fans are so lucky that the weather is cooperating. The crowd is giving them a big cheer. There are flags, the American flag. You've got the Chicago flag. You got a Blackhawks flag and a Canadian flag, an Irish flag, and a county flag. I think I got all of them. You can just hear them cheering now in anticipation of the bus coming down the street.
I'm telling you, you've got many tens of thousands of people stationary, many of them there since 5:30 this morning. I saw them when I got off the train at the location where Dave Ennett and Steve Bertrand are, and that can't move. You have the parade, and now thousands of people jogging along behind it on the way, and that's why this is really exciting and a little dangerous.
You've got all these flags that are being waved, and a ticker tape is just starting to fall from some of the buildings here, but it's just remarkable how many people are in this crowd today.
In one of the vehicles is our okay, we'll try. Stay there, George. We're now going to go to Dave Ennett, who is at ground zero. It's been hard to connect with Dave because of the volume, but let's try it again. Dave, are you there?
I'm here, John. I'm just going to talk because I really can't hear you. The parade has just reached Michigan and Wacker with the honor guard and the bagpipers, and the first vehicles carrying members of the Blackhawks party are arriving. Now we've got the series of trolleys just starting to pull up to Wacker Drive. The ticker tape is falling. This is what this crowd has been waiting hours for, and just a mere image of the trolleys up on the Jumbotron they have set up to the left of the stage here through a very loud cheer from this crowd. I mean, I'm not sure there's any recognizable face. In fact, I can tell you there isn't a recognizable face on the first trolley going through here. It matters not. Everybody's got their cell phones up, their cameras, taking pictures, cheering. It's quite a sight.
That's our Dave Ennett. Now, George Offman is, as I understand it, or rather Jim Goodis is at the rear end of the parade and is maybe with that crowd which was rushing behind it as the parade passed by. Is that where you are, Jim?
Yeah, I'm following the parade as it heads up, and just a heads up if you're listening to us and you're on the parade route, it's going to go by very, very fast. They're making up a long time because, of course, they left the United Center a bit later than they expected. So you get a good look at the cup and a good look at the players, but don't expect it to last long because they're moving at a pretty good rate of speed. And the ticker tape, which is really shredded newspaper, is all over the place. People are picking it up, collecting it as souvenirs. And the toughest job in the city right now is probably being a street sweeper. They're going to have their hands full trying to get all of this stuff off the sidewalk and the streets literally covered with the shredded newspaper that was the ticker tape for this parade. But it was quick, it was fast. Some people were here for several hours later, but I haven't talked to a person yet who was disappointed.
So all those people who had flooded into the street behind the bus are being stopped very quickly at Michigan and Washington.
Which
so
is
now,
where, yeah, keep going.
So now that throng is kind of inching its way north, but everybody who had filled in around the rally area at Michigan and Wabash, or at Michigan and Wacker, are now being held back by the barricades, and the team is definitely making its way north on Michigan. They're real close to the stage.